Our next topic of interest will be features of bonds, bond features. Indenture is a very important term. This is a written agreement between the corporation and you. You loan the corporation $1,000, and there are all kinds of items listed in the indenture, basically the basic terms of the bond, how much was borrowed by the company, the total amount of bonds issued, any property used as security or as collateral. Is there a building behind this bond such that if the company gets into financial difficulty, they can sell that building and pay off the bondholders? What are the repayment arrangements, and will these bonds be called in early, or can you require the company to repay you? So are there any call provisions that the company may undertake to call it in, say, and call the bond in 10 years, for instance, to reduce their debt-to-equity ratio? These things will all be stated in the indenture that you'll receive once you buy a bond. And are there any protective covenants along with a bond, thou shalt and thou shalt not? It's recommended that you buy your bond in registered form similar to the government bond you see pictured here. It's registered to a person at an address, and payment is made directly to that person of record. Most corporate bonds are in this form. Occasionally you'll get some bearer bonds. Don't buy bearer bonds because if you lose it, whoever finds it can cash it in. So payment is made to whoever holds the bond. So that one's a bit riskier. So you definitely want to invest in registered bonds if you want to invest in bonds. Collateral are assets that are pledged as security for the payment of debt. Like I said, it might be inventory, it might be a building pledged for the debt if the company gets into financial difficulty. And basically, mortgage securities are bonds that are secured by a mortgage on the real property of the company. Seniority means that some bonds are paid in preference of others. So senior bonds get paid before junior bonds. So just be aware of that. If you are buying a junior bond, the senior holders will get paid and will get paid preference. Bonds can be repaid at maturity, or bonds can be called in early. If that's the case, the CFO of the company may create a sinking fund, an account managed for early bond redemption. Typically, the company will pay you your $1,000 back plus a bond call premium to make things good. Call provision is an agreement giving the company the option to buy and recall the bond in early, usually after 10 years, at a specified price and with a call premium. The difference between the call price and the par value of the bond is the call premium, how much they'll give you in excess. Again, usually after 10 years, but not always. Company may just call that in early. Protective covenants are listed in the indenture, limiting certain actions that the company can take during the term of the bond. You can only pay certain amounts of dividends. These are some of the thou shalt nots. Thou shalt not pledge assets to other lenders. Keep them to the bond that you are involved in. Cannot merge with another company. Cannot sell or lease any major assets without approval of the lender or bondholder, and cannot take on any additional new debt. We want to keep the amount of debt reasonable to increase the ability that you will be paid your principal back and your coupon payments. There may be some thou shalt covenants included in the indenture. You must maintain your working capital at a solid level, again, so they can pay you your principal back plus your coupons. You must furnish audited financial statements to the lender periodically, and you must maintain any collateral you have, like a building, in good condition in case of financial difficulty and you need to sell it to pay back the bondholders. Let's check for understanding on this. A couple quick questions. What is generally the face value of a bond, corporate bond, generally $1,000? What is the coupon rate of the bond? 3.5%. Coupon rate, this points out a good point. The coupon rate is in percent, and the coupon is in dollars. So how many dollars would be paid on this bond? 3.5% of $1,000 or $35. So know that coupon rate is in percent and coupon is in dollars. Great job.